Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream. It is a Tuesday live stream, a Tuesday morning live stream. I hope you all have a fantastic morning. I just had my breakfast. Well, second breakfast. I have a lot of breakfast, okay? A lot of lunch, a lot of dinners. I actually eat when I want to. I don't really follow a tight schedule. However, I'm very strict right now on not eating after I brush my teeth at night. Recently, I've been starting to actually brush twice a day. And let me tell you, it is something different to do because I never did that air. And now that I'm doing that, I feel so fresh. But at the same time, I also brush my teeth so it can also cool my nerves because after I floss, my teeth is itching, aching, paining, everything. I need to do something in order to keep my mouth healthy and strong. So, okay, sand all over. Oh yeah, just now, AI live stream. Uh, a massive truck came and delivered sand. There are people working outside. They're gonna be concreting certain parts of the yard, so yeah. Now they brought a large pile of sand. I have never seen a pile of sand like that in my life. Like, it's so huge. It's so huge, so clean. Pretty interesting, huh? But it's not all of the time you get to see a major pile of sand sitting like that. It's very soft. It looks very soft, and it's just right by my window. Anyways, okay. So there's a lot of sand outside. A lot of sand. I don't know what they're gonna use the sand for. I think they're just gonna level the ground up, which I think is a good thing. There's plenty of sand already, but I don't know. I have no idea how this type of stuff works. But anyways, I also want to congratulate Eric July again for hitting 2.6. Let me refresh. Wow, my lips are so dry today. Inside my lips, everything is so dry. 2.6. 2.6 million. And I just want to say that there are lots of people out there. A lot of people out there, that are so angry at this. And let me just say, it really sucks because this guy, Eric, is doing an amazing job. He deserves every single ounce of this. And Eric keeps telling people, go out there and make your stuff. And he is right. He is very right. Because there are people out there who are waiting just for Hollywood to get better. Guess what? Hollywood is not going to get better anytime soon. Hollywood will stay the same for a long time. And Hollywood wants you to conform to whatever they put out. You gotta consume whatever they put out. You're not allowed to dissent. If you do, then you are evil or whatever. They brand you as whatever is or isn't. You gotta get past that. Hollywood is not your maker, okay? You need to start making content because the day of the fall of Hollywood starts now. Enough relying on these mega corporations to fool you in. And I want to rant for a while. For the past few years, many people have been simping for corporations, and you know, especially those who are on the right. They were more pro corporation. It's not a bad thing to be pro wealth. I think it's a good thing because you need money. It's the best form of redistribution there is. Because if you look very carefully, other forms of trading doesn't work so well besides this type of money, you know. So I think that's great. However, the right has been backstabbed by these corporations. You know, mega corporations used to be the right's best friend until a couple of years ago, when all of a sudden every corporation under the sun, well, most of them, decided to come out against all of the viewpoints that the right wingers have, and to basically befriend the other side and telling the right to fuck off. I'm just saying, you know, you spend so much time on that, trying to be so close to the money, and look what these corporations do to you. Once again, not all of them, but many of them. They treat you like dirt. When it comes to art, what happens? Many conservatives, there are very few artists out there, like myself, who are conservative. But if you look carefully, and Tim Pool actually put out a video about this yesterday, you can check it out. I just saw the title and I was like, yeah, that's very true. Because at the end of the day, people think art is only about themselves, basically. It's people think it has to be selfish, it has to be plain and boring. Art is not that. Art comes from the art, you know? It comes from within. It's not something so complex, nor is it something so simple, you know? And once again, modern art, not every modern art, but many modern arts really suck. Modern architecture sucks. Have you seen erected buildings? They may look like they save space, but in reality, they're so clustered together. At the end of the day, it's basically an eyesore, you know. Morning Shot actually has a really good video about this on the ebb of modern architecture, because what we have right now is not about culture, it's not about respecting what we are, it's about just building things, and that's it, you know. That's it, that's literally it. You know, if you look at the past of modern architecture, wow, that was beautiful, honestly, because we have many old buildings from the past that still stand tall and firm. For example, we have people out there trying to kind of take that out now. They don't want that type of stuff anymore, you know, the culture from the past. They do not want it. They want it gone. They want it flattened. They do not want it to exist. Take the what do you call it? I forgot the place. It's some kind of cathedral in France or something like that. So I can't recall. But this cathedral, this cathedral, people want to basically change it to be accepting to other cultures, when in reality that it's a cathedral. If you want to go inside, I'm sure you can, right? I'm sure multiple people are welcomed to pray or whatever. I don't know if it's like still open for prayers and stuff. I don't know, but they want to make it into something more about graffiti, about street art and street stuff, because that's what we care about these days, huh? Street stuff. It's not like people out there care about culture. Uh, just yesterday, I heard the news of ballet being racist. I'm not even joking. Ballet. I was thinking of even trying it out, but you know, when you get into ballet, at least you need to be a bit young. You need to be a bit young. Look at this. Top dance school in Leeds scrapped ballet auditions, branding it as an elitist white art form. And this is the scariest part, is that there are people out there who would agree with this. Now, ballet obviously is not for everyone. It's very elegant, very soft, very smooth. It's not for everyone. Take rap, for instance. You know, it's not for everyone. There are things that aren't for everyone. Why do we have to take it out? That's the main question. You know, that's the main question. You know, we have a uh, thriving ecosystem of people wanting multiple things. Why can't we open up to that? Why can't we diversify what we have? No, no, that's evil. That's evil, guys. It's apparently evil to have such elegant stuff. Everything must either be different stuff, basically non-elegant, you know. as woke institution plan to decolonize. There are multiple words like this, decolonize, stuff like this, especially in the Western world. And this is the problem we are facing right now, especially in the modern culture as well, is because decolonize. They believe that since, this is basically white, apparently, this is only for white people, even though it's not, any race can try out ballet. Any race, okay? Any race. We even have like ballet schools in South Africa, so any race can join. You don't have to be white or black or just one specific race. You can be any person and join. Now, they also want to take it out because you know why? Because it divides the genders. Because if you're a man, you have to dance in some way, and if you're a woman, you have to dance in the other way. They do not like that. We live in an age where people want to destroy the gender norms, and at the same time want to pass privileges of the gender norms. Uh, Let me explain. Because back in the day, um, you need to understand that um, men and women uh, obviously had different roles to play, and their roles really matched what they are. Biology. Mother is more nurturing and caring. Father goes out there, work, stuff like that. You know, I live in a household where my mother sits at home, my father works. So that's the norm. That's basically normal for me. That's the norm. You know, like mother staying at home, father working. That's the normal thing. That's the normal thing. You know. However, people find that offensive. People find that every woman must work, but they mustn't work for anything besides office work or any of the sorts. They must not work for other type of stuff, you know, or sex work or whatever. They do not want them to work with other type of stuff like sewage cleaning or whatever. Secondly, it divides men and women in different dance roles, which is something people cannot stand these days. And that's another problem. What's wrong with having gendered specific? What's wrong with that? I remember when they came after Boy Scouts. Remember that when they came after Boy Scouts? You know, they wanted to diversify. It's like, isn't there Girl Scouts? Why don't you go over there? But nope, they want to complain. Now, there were also some scouts, I believe, that were also like both male and female, but I feel like they just wanted to flatten anything to do with boys. And you tell people this, a lot of people don't believe you. They think you're crazy. They think you're so crazy, but it's like it's happening, you know? Secondly, uh, this is what conservatives need to do now. Start conserving stuff, like we as conservatives have to freaking save ballet, okay? I don't think I'll ever, you know, uh, I don't think I'll ever dance in ballet because once again, you need to join when you're very young. You can't be doing it when you're so old. I guess that's what I've heard. So maybe I'm wrong, but I think we should still preserve it. We should still preserve this. We shouldn't be letting these people destroy it because at the end of the day, the people who want to destroy things, they have no better solutions. They have no better alternatives. They just want to destroy. They don't care about anything else. Same with the movies. They take the old IPs, the old ideas, and try to decolonize them. Try to basically flatten them down and make them platforms to push their own politics. And when it comes to ballet, once again, once again, it is like look over here, built around white European ideas and body shapes. Now, obviously, you can't be a size of a double-decker bus and be doing a lot of dances. Okay, I'm just saying, regardless of whatever dance, it will be impossible for you to dance. This is what's going on in the modern world. We are trading away sensibilities. We're trading away normalcy, just to make everyone in the world happy. But as we do that, we take away other people's stuff, making them very sad. At the end of the day, you can never make anyone happy. End of discussion. No one cared about taking away ballet back in the day until now. You know, it's really sad. It really is sad. You know, trans women likes ballet. There are some trans women out there who use ballet. But apparently, I guess it doesn't matter. Some people just ignore it. You know, they believe that it's gender exclusive. And what's wrong with that? Speaking of gendered stuff, if you don't know, the Rings of Power, a series forthcoming on Amazon this September. Basically, it's gonna have in one of its armies, it's going to be a diverse range. You may be thinking, what does that mean? Well, it's gonna be 50-50 gender, baby. That's right. It's gonna be 50% male, 50% female. You may be thinking, okay, what's the problem? Well, I don't think Tolkien intended to some of the armies to be gender split, because the army they're referring to, I don't think it was supposed to be gender split. It's supposed to be male only or something like that. Simple as, or I don't know, maybe a very uneven number. It wasn't supposed to be 50-50. So at the end of the day, it's like, you can tell a lot of these modern sensibilities trying to push over, because for some reason people want to see themselves in everything, and they can't identify with characters that are completely different from them. Um, has strongly gendered roots, and what's the problem with that? Do you understand the current history with? Do you understand the current problem with what's been going on for the past few years? Because this has been going on for such a long time. You need to understand that gender itself, we need it. We need it. We need people to be nurturing. We can't be doing a big flip flop, you know. And this isn't to say some people can't be the opposite. This is not to say some women cannot be masculine, nor boys can be feminine. No, 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 no. I'm just trying to say that we need masculinity in men. We need femininity in women. There's a reason why there are differences in it. Men are literally made to be soldiers. Okay, they are meant to be soldiers, sent to war, sent to battles. This is how the species work. Why do you think people say women and children first when escaping something or trying to leave someplace or to protect them? Take the Ukrainian invasion. What's going on in Ukraine? The women and children are being sent out. Men are told to stay and fight. Hmm? Whatever happened to the feminists? Where are they with their equality? They don't want the equality now, do they? At the end of the day, I don't want that either. I do not want that either. You can't be forcing men and women to be doing the same thing. You just can't be forcing them. It's fine if they want to do it on their own, but you cannot force the women to do something that they don't want. You can't force men to put on makeup, nor can you force women to put on uh, army clothes and fight in battle. I think that's crazy, because we can't be doing this to ourselves, we cannot be doing that. We live by standards of gender, and that's important. That's very important. you know I understand when it comes to equality of pay and stuff like that, but that's a different topic. At the end of the day, men and women are different. Trying to take it out and trying to say everyone's the same is pointless, because not everyone is the same. There are plenty of people out there who know that, but they're afraid to tell because they're scared of woke people. You know, we are told to ignore the gender stuff, and just embrace and just embrace opposite, which really sucks. It really sucks. And look, I know I should not be talking on this because I'm transitioning, but at the end of the day, what's wrong with men being men and women being women? What's wrong with that? Why do we have to swap the roles? And even when the roles are swapped, all of a sudden people still like to linger on that gender social norm stuff from the past. You know? I'm transitioning. I still want to be a feminine girl. I still want to be a feminine girl. I do not want to to be to be masculine. You know? I want to freaking sit at home and cook stuff and you know stuff like that. You know? But but then again, since I am straight, I guess I have to still take the role of the man. Anyways, it's such a strange topic to discuss these days. But regardless, this idea of we have to force people out is really disturbing. When I have a daughter, if I have daughters, I would not want them to be forced out just because a couple of land whales said every woman must work. I don't like that, you know, because at the end of the day, not everyone wants to work. Not everyone needs to be out in the office working all day. Not everyone needs to be doing stuff like that. Some people could just sit at home and take care of children. We dehumanize people taking care of children for some reason. We also dehumanize children, making them nothing more than just cells that can be washed away or pulled out easily with a breeze, basically. In other words, children are basically disposable and not really worth having. This is the world we live in. Then we have the climate stuff, you know, where people keep saying, in order to take care of your climate, you have to stop having children, which is crazy, you know, and you must adopt all these crazy ideologies and ignore every common sense, you know. Uh, you see, people are using this as a way to push their own stuff. People are saying you should eat, trans meat. In other words, vegetables that identify as meat. I know, very crazy stuff, but why can't I eat regular meat? They think it's evil. They think it's evil. Animals can eat other animals. Why can't I eat other animals? Okay? We're killing them the most humane way possible, and that's still not enough. They believe that some of their thoughts are affecting the atmosphere for some reason, and now they want to genetically modify some of these animals so they can leave the environment alone. But in reality, we are not supposed to do stuff like this. Okay? We should be working on ourselves, bettering ourselves. If you want to genetically modify yourself, I don't know, but okay, but genetically modifying an animal, it's crazy. It really is crazy. It really is crazy, and that's the problem. Because at the end of the day, these animals are here. End of discussion. We're not here to raise them, you know? And secondly, if you want to care about the environment, because you believe the environment is in dire stress, here's what you gotta do. Number one, stop supporting companies that promote pollution. The second thing to do is reduce what you purchase. Reduce plastic, reuse your plastic. For example, when we buy Coke, I don't drink Coke, but my family buys Coke and Fanta and all the other drinks. They keep the plastic bottles. We keep the plastic bottles majority of the time. And even if we buy water, uh, gallons of water, we keep the bottles. You know why? Because we can store water. Because if we have any water issue, we can use that water afterwards. We can use it to store stuff. Plastic is not biodegradable, so obviously we can use that to store things. Be it liquid or maybe some other types of stuff. But at the end of the day, we use it to store stuff. When it comes to paper, newspaper especially, once we finish with it, we reuse it. We reuse the paper. We don't throw it away. We reuse it either to cut things over or clean things, or let's just say we made a mess on the floor, spilled stuff or whatever. We can place it on top. It absorbs it, and we throw the paper away. We keep the paper for a while. Then when we need to use it for throwing something or covering something up or covering a spill up, then we use it. Then we throw it away. We don't really throw paper unnecessarily. Uh, so we've been reducing and reusing stuff. We've been following the methods without physically forcing ourselves to do so. Do you understand what I mean? Because we find the uses. Plastic packets, we reuse them. We literally reuse them. We reuse plastic packets. All the plastic packets that come out, we use it, we save it. We save it for other things, for storing other food we get. Simple as that. There are people out there who don't even do that. Uh, Plastic spoons and stuff. I eat from a plastic spoon. Uh, I reuse it like 100 times. I don't throw it away. So at the end of the day, it's like I'm not trying to say I'm better. No, no, no. I'm trying to say I've been doing it without knowing I've been doing it. You understand what I mean? It was so subliminally done that you have no idea you were actually doing something in some way to reduce littering. And that falls down to the next thing is stop littering. I know many of us have done that in the past. I have done that very likely in the past. It's a shameful thing. However, once you realize you littered in the past, you make a vow not to litter and pick up litter, throw litter in the bin, or just keep your area and environment clean. Simple as that. I'm just trying to say that, you need to be a bit more out there if you care about the environment, if you care about the planet. Because I say this as a conservative that this planet is not for those who keep trying to make it theirs. The planet is the planet. The planet is for the future. And I don't want my children to be suffering because I know for a fact that the same people peddling the same lies of, all these crazy ideologies, the same people pushing that are the same ones who are going to destroy the planet. It sounds crazy, but they don't care about the planet. They're flying expensive jets, using these crazy boats, you know, spending millions of dollars on pointless things instead of watching what they do, you know? I, for one, believe that we should ditch cars and we should go back to the old cart and horse. That's what I believe in, you know? That's what I believe in. So at the end of the day, uh, at the end of the day, I'm not for electric cars. I still think that's a problem. I don't want electric cars. I don't want this type of stuff. I want my horse. I want a cart. That's it. I don't want anything. I don't want anything super fancy. Okay, like we did this to ourselves. We did this to ourselves. We complicated our lives, and we erected factories upon factories, and then we blame everyone else all of a sudden when the same people who are blaming others, guess what? They don't clean all these things. I remember you would see a bunch of like before and after from climate protest or whatever. Recently Greta Thunberg was in this music festival, this woke music festival in somewhere in Europe. Honestly, what's going on in Europe? Why are they falling? I don't even know. But basically Greta was there talking about how, save the environment. You look at the before and after picture of that specific concert, you will see litter everywhere, plastic packets flying around. Wow, wow, where is Greta? Where are our minions, and where are those people who love listening to her? Because guess what? Those people who love listening to her are the same ones littering. They don't care about the environment. Simple as that. Sorry about that little rant. I just wanted to say that at the end of the day, we are being led astray. People out there easily think that, oh, this ideology is going to make us win. They actually think having less kids is going to reduce the environmental issues, but it's not going to happen. You need to understand that, I'm not going to stop breathing for your issues. The people who say that live in first world countries. They consume products with so much chemicals in them. They consume products with so much crazy things in them. People should breed as much as they want to. There should not be a, oh, you should not breed thing. No, you should breed, have 50, 80 children. I don't give a frick. Because you shouldn't be stopping that, okay? Humans can still live the way they wanted to. They always complain about Africa. They always complain about us because we breed a lot, but they forget to realize that they are the ones over-consuming, eating more than us. Because if you look in Africa, not everyone is living in big factories. Not everyone is working in big factories. Not everyone is polluting things, okay? Pollution is mostly coming from the West or some Eastern countries. Pollution is coming from the woke people. Simple as that. Mind pollution and air pollution, okay? But I'm just trying to say that the people who always say that are always from first world countries. They eat like multiple hamburgers a day, and then they have the decency to lecture you while they like a couple of pictures online about fat positivity and being fat is okay, stuff like that. Basically, supporting overconsumption. Simple as that, you know. Once again, this is a scary thing. This is a scary thing. We are being led astray by crazy people, and it's crazy that my own generation is cascading down the gutters because they listen to a couple of fools. You know, all these type of people who tell you, you know, if you do this and you pay more taxes, the environment will be better. No, people have been saying the ice caps have been melting for years. It's still the same. The ice caps are not melting. Okay, the ice caps are still the same. Obviously, I don't want the ice caps to melt. The earth will change on its own. The earth has own changes. The earth has its own puberty. The earth changes on its own. End of discussion, right? However, ice caps have not been melting. That's the thing. Ice caps haven't been melting in such a long time. You know, water levels have not risen. So, what's going on? You know, you may be wondering, what's going on? What's going on? Okay, people have been saying the same thing, echoing the same thing for centuries. You know, and once again, I still think you should take care of your environment. You know, you should be one with nature. That's what I think. But you can't be one with nature while telling others not to be natural. By telling someone they should not breathe, you are basically going against nature. Every animal breathes, even freaking viruses, they breathe and pass down their freaking bugs everywhere. But we aren't allowed to do that, apparently. Okay, every animal, okay, every Tom, Dick, and Harry animal has to breathe. But oh no, we are somehow evil, you know, and that's the problem. A lot of the people who are peddling these specific ideologies, they don't like humans. They don't like humans. They want us gone. Bill Gates does not like people. He's pushing for abortions, pushing for contraceptions. You know, they're pushing for these crazy things, especially in Africa, because they don't want us to breed. They believe overpopulation is a problem. How is that so? How does that make any sense? How does overpopulation stem a problem when majority of the people who are breeding don't have these expensive facilities and these these very affiliated is affiliated a real word? I don't know. Basically, these 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 machines of dreck, basically. You know, like the Western world, they have a lot of high tech stuff that, you know. Obviously, they aren't the most masses, the most producers of the mass. What do you call it? Pollution. But even so, they don't want to talk about Eastern countries, because there are Eastern countries that are polluting, and they always turn a blind eye because all of a sudden you must always turn a blind eye. You know, China polluting everything. No one even talks about that. You know, no one even talks about that. Okay, no one goes there and protests. Obviously, they love China. They would love to adapt China's system of oppression and one-child policies. Trust me, you keep listening to people like Bill Gates, Greta Thunberg, you are not gonna make it, you know. And that's the thing. People like us need to figure out, how do we stray away from these bastards? Because at the end of the day, those bastards are gonna continue to walk forward with their plans. What about us? If we don't put our foot down and do something or move, they are gonna take us with them by force. Okay? I want to have as much children as I want to. I want things to be as simple as can be. But unfortunately, unfortunately, we live in a world where it's monkey see, monkey must follow. You know, monkey cannot lead. Apparently, I'm no leader, but I just want someone with good concepts to come up to arise and basically protect us. Now, obviously enough, I have a couple of solutions. Parallel economy, which a lot of us have been spouting out for some time. What else? A freaking parallel civilization. Yeah, I said that correctly. Parallel civilization. A bit too much if you think so, because no one wants to restart a civilization. But I say that's the fun part. We can take the best from the West and the best morals and bamboos to greener pastures. And trust me, things will be as beautiful as crystal water. You know, we can really change the world by restarting a new civilization. We don't need to continue being in the same specific place all the time. We can actually fight back and do our own things, you know. Wow, I'm sounding so much like a philosopher, but at the end of the day, no one's gonna listen to me. No one is gonna listen to me ramble about this type of stuff. But once again, I really hope that people get to learn stuff from this, because once again, my generation, biggest sheeps of the world, honestly. They don't question things, they just do things. You know, I've been questioning things since a child. I've always wondered why I always question things. I thought maybe it's a me problem, but it turns out that, maybe I just had it in me all along, you know. But anyways, my throat is wilting away. I must away. And thank you so much for watching this video. I don't know if I'll leave it on because it does dabble in a couple of politics stuff. But if I do leave it on, let me just say there are better alternatives out there to living a prosperous life rather than giving it all for a couple of people who want you dead, want your history out, want you completely erased. I'd rather have a brand new civilization, start anew, and just just grow, you know? Anyways, that's it. Thank you so much. Bye.